Let's talk about the concept of spoilers, shall we? So,
The
Endgame came out on fucking God, I want to say Tuesday of last week. Like, or movies are getting earlier and earlier. And the entire internet was abuzz. Hey, shut the fuck up. Hey, you. Shut your fucking mouth. Don't spoil this adaptation of an old comic.
Don't spoil the Endgame.
Shut your fucking mouth. It's Endgame.
It was different.
The only thing that well, of course, but the only thing that matters is whether or not Paul Rudd's gonna climb into Josh Brolin's asshole.
22 movies.
Right? Everyone shut their fucking mouth. And to be fair, most people were pretty good about it. Right? Meanwhile, just a few days later, let's hashtag the shit out of every single fucking moment that happened during a live TV broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Let's change our fucking avatars to a bunch of spoilers and flood Twitter with fucking animated GIFs of all sorts of fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have the fucking hashtag of the fight at the location be like, you stupid motherfucking idiots. Oh my god. And that week was the JoJo week as well, where fuck the people watching the anime if they didn't watch it that morning. Holy shit. Oh my god, this was my favorite part because of this thing.
Well,
End of fucking what the fuck what is the difference between TV and movies? Why is like one spoiler thing so rigidly enforced and everyone's like, you shut the fuck up. But as soon as it becomes like live TV or pseudo live TV, everyone's just like, Twitter is a live place for a content reaction. It's like, oh my fucking god.
the difference between Avengers and Game of Thrones and JoJo was that Avengers officially went on an anti-spoiler campaign, and they made trailers and videos and hashtags specifically telling people
I seriously
not to spoil
doubt
it.
that would have mattered at
That
all.
was a part of it, and that was that was definitely one difference between how things played out. It doesn't change anything ultimately, and in one case you're looking at like anyone who's already read part 5 can spoil anything about it for you at any point. So that's in and has always been in dangerous territory.
The manga people are like, this is 20 years old.
So like what I'm saying is that has been like in the public safety like sphere for the entire life that this anime has been out.
I've been under the idealized rule set that like you get a spoiler reset when a new adaptation comes out of whatever your personal length of time is.
I'm just saying that like it's been up to like assholes or not assholes.
Yeah.
For JoJo the entire time.
I'm just
like the entire parts have been out during that anime run. Now with Game of Thrones, they caught up to the book and went past it, so you couldn't possibly spoil anything for anybody.
New. It's proper.
It's fresh for everybody. And there's not much to say besides like people freak out and have their reactions to things, and if anything, all you really had to go on was the fact that every episode when it happened, like the Sunday of, you would always see Twitter become nothing but those hashtags.
I just realized what the actual difference is. And the actual difference is you're not supposed to be on your phone in a movie theater.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
And
that's a part of it.
The distance between like something happening and going,
but
my god, on your phone.
But that's not the entirety of it. That's a really minor aspect of it. But it's that's a part of it. But like all the articles and the Twitter official moments that get created, and the little icon at the end of the hashtag to show you that it's an official thing. That's all reflective of stuff that happens in the 10 minutes after 11 o'clock to an hour. So from 11:10 till 12 is that's the catch up hour of articles.
I have a practicality question here that is going to amplify or like de-amplify my personal feelings on this. The way that Game of Thrones comes out, it's airing on what, HBO whatever?
HBO Sundays, and if you're in Canada, Crave, I believe.
Okay, is that 11 p.m. East Coast, and then 11 p.m. Central, and then 11 p.m. Pacific?
So it all depends because, I mean, look, that's been a problem for the entire run. Like, for years when it was unavailable anywhere else except for HBO in Canada was, like, just not allowed. There was a whole thing where the earliest you could possibly get it was, I want to say Sweden? Some country got it an hour before everybody else did, and that would be the country who got ripped, you know, and shoved online on a torrent. So, it
like the idea that you're spoiling a thing like before it's even actually live in parts of the world is
no.
level.
What I was talking about is after it aired.
Yeah.
For North America, that 11 to 12 hour is when it is after it airs for North America. But there's that 1 hour head start if you happen to, like, you know, live wherever that was, and then everyone else watches it at 10 o'clock, you know. And yeah, it's just the practice has been as soon as the season starts and it becomes Sunday and it's 10 o'clock, after that hour goes by, it's not just people reacting live. It's like websites are writing their reviews.
There was somebody, Paige was going through her Twitter and saw somebody change their profile pic to a spoiler and their name to X character is X forever, and it's just like, why? Why are you people like? Who would? God.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see it, which is fine because
there's the other thing. Like, here's another thing, right? And this is also important. If you think about, like, official expectation of how you consume the given media, Avengers is something you pay to go see at a given block of time that you choose when you have that block of time. Game of Thrones is something that traditionally airs on the TV at the time frame that everybody watches it when it goes out. Exactly. Right, but it's not put. It's not
old people living in the past.
But the difference. The reason why I'm saying this is because you can feel the difference between the way people treat this versus a season of something that drops on Netflix. Right. So back when it was okay to watch House of Cards. Whatever. Back when House of Cards, for example, would drop a whole season in one shot, there would be a
it's a weird spoiler culture on that.
But like, it's a whole season and it's in one shot, and you're not gonna get through all of it in one night. So anyone who was kind of like immediately posting final episode shit about that, people,
did you just go to the final episode just to fuck with people?
You couldn't possibly have watched all of it. The time frame between the drop and where you're posting doesn't make sense.
It's like when you put up a YouTube video and like a comment within 6 minutes is like, I can't believe they never. It's like the video is 48 minutes long. You don't know that, and you're wrong.
Exactly. Right. Like when someone makes a call out that's like it's 9:15 and you have half an hour left. And you couldn't have possibly seen where this goes. But so when a season drops on Netflix, you don't get the thing you're talking about because there's no live time, right? Game of Thrones still has a live time, and it's still aired at a specific point where everybody watches it at the same time. So because of that unifying factor, there's a specific moment where people are going to react to it. It's because it's still traditional TV. It's not opt-in when you want, on demand. It is, but on demand is like almost like the secondary to the main thing.
I've always been baffled at the movie versus fucking TV distinction, where I'll even see people go, "Don't spoil the movie for me," and then spoil a TV show like the next day within 24 hours of its airing.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
oh yeah, hey man, our podcast has done that unintentionally at times and has been shitty about it. Like it is, I mean, besides reaction culture, right, for sure being a part of the way things go nowadays, it's just, I really do think a lot of it could get chalked up to, are you supposed to watch this on your own time at some given point? Okay, then you have a window. You have a window of like, hey, everyone, don't be too shitty about this.
Like for a movie, the window is incredibly clear, and your window is until the end of the movie leaves theaters.
Eventually, it'll be gone.
That time period between it leaves theaters and it hits DVD or whatever is like, I guess you didn't care, so fuck yourself.
Yeah, except for this one, which isn't leaving anytime soon.
No, just like what happened with those Lord of the Rings movies and shit.
Fucking cracking billions on this.
Yes.
You know.